Today I am sitting down to talk to you guys and walk you through my own personal wish list that I created when the Nordstrom Anniversary Sale preview went live on the 26th. I'm going to start by saying I am very underwhelmed this year with the sale. Now, part of me goes, is that because I've shopped it for so many years and so many of the great staple items that I bought over the years that they bring back every year, I don't need anymore? I sat down and went through all of the categories and really took a look at it and created my own wish list, which is what I do every year. I have a whole video on tips and tricks for shopping this sale if you're interested that went up last week that I will link down below. But I went through and followed my own tips and tricks as well, and one of those tips is to create a wish list. I actually can see all of my old wish lists from previous years as well. And it's kind of interesting because I got alerts that some of the items were back in stock that I had ordered in years previous. And strangely enough, 2 of them were already available for purchase. My new lash serum, which I use every single day on my lashes. And I like to buy this set because you get 2 for the price of 1, and 1 bottle typically lasts me about 6 months. So 2 of them that I buy every year at Anniversary Sale get me through about a year. And then we like the Coola SPF, the spray bottles for summertime, so I always order those. They already went in stock. I don't know if this is something new they're doing this year for some of the beauty items, but that one threw me off and I already placed my order for those. So I went through all of the categories. So I went into women's and then I went through each of the categories at the top. And I put anything into my wish list that I was kind of like, oh, that caught my eye. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's an item I'm gonna buy, just things that caught my eye right away. I then edit that wish list down. I replace certain things every year. I always buy a new set of the Nordstrom pajamas. I buy a shorts one and a pants one. But that is kind of something I buy every year. Some of the beauty items, I always buy the L'Occitane almond shower oil, shower gel. I always buy the Trish McEvoy eye brightener, like I said, the new lash serum, and the Coola SPF. So those are year after year items that I always repurchase. And then I always purchase things like I'll get some workout tanks because, you know, we wear those more often and they just get gross faster. So I'll buy some of those. So those are on my wish list. But a lot of these items are the same item year after year after year. I find that some of the brands, not necessarily some of the higher brands, like Veronica Beard, Cinq de Sep, Good American, like some of Paige, some of those more expensive brands seem to be fairly true quality-wise, and they don't change their quality. And that probably says something for the brand. But then I find some of the less expensive brands, Zella, which is my favorite workout brand. Their leggings are not the same on the sale as they are any other time of year, which is weird. What is the other one? Treasure and Bond, Castellan, Vince, Cece. Those ones, I do not feel the quality is good. I do not feel that the quality is as good during the anniversary sale. I don't know why they would do that, but it seems like they do. And I find those brands that I bought previously, I would buy them, I would get them in, and I would think I was gonna wear it in the fall, and then I would just be like, I had things that I liked more that were better quality. To be honest with you, the majority of my cashmere sweaters and things like that I typically used to get on Nordstrom Anniversary Sale, I now get through Quince at a lesser price, and I feel like it's better quality than what I'm getting during Anniversary Sale. The only item that I had gotten previously from Nordstrom Anniversary Sale that I always check every year is the cashmere hoodie sweater. And I got it in a cream color years ago, and they've changed it now. It doesn't have the like little drawstrings around the neck. But this year I saw that it came out in this really pretty mauve color. The quality of that sweater is just so nice. And I considered getting it in gray last year, and I got a quince one instead. But I will say that I do like the Nordstrom one of that better. Something about the cut of that just works better for me. So that's an item that's on my wish list. But I just feel like this sale is getting overhyped. Items that I'm looking for that I know I have holes in my wardrobe. And that is another tip that I always talk about, is knowing what you need in your wardrobe. And I will say over the last few years, I've really honed in on items that I have, what I wear, what I get the use out of, and what I need, not just want. Because a lot of times with anniversary sale, I feel like I, just like you, get influenced by people I see that are talking about items that they got, that they have. And I sometimes purchase items that I want because I see someone else talking about it, not necessarily what I need. Now, another downside to that is I've learned over the years is when I see someone else and I see a lot of people talking about an item, I don't know, let's say a sweater that everybody's buying this year during the anniversary sale, I've kind of learned I don't want that exact sweater because I don't want to look like everyone else. And that has been a tough lesson for me to learn over the years. I have found over the years that a lot of times I have ordered so many items during anniversary sale, also because I cannot go into store. My closest store is 2 hours plus away. So I order them, I get them in, I try them on, and either I don't love the quality as I talked about, or I tried to pick it up because someone else was talking about it, but it doesn't fit with my style, or it's an item that I already own something similar and I don't need this in. So I have 17 items on my wish list currently, including beauty and all of that. I'm gonna walk you through these items and I'm going to tell you what my thoughts are behind each of them. I do also want to mention that this video is going live and the sale is pretty much open for everyone except for general access. And as I receive things in, sometimes Nordstrom ships them all together, sometimes they're in bits and pieces. I will be trying them on and showing them over on my Like to Know It and my Instagram, so be sure to follow along there as well if you want to see them before they will hit here on my YouTube. Next week, I will do a video showing you all of the items I got in, but for now, if you want to see them in real time, check out those two places. I will link them down below. Now, I did my go-to absolute favorite sneakers for walking, for working out, for just every day are the Nike Air Max, but I have them in my cart with a color that is currently in stock and not on sale. So I have to decide if I like the color on sale enough to buy that one and save a few dollars, or would I rather get the color that I truly like. Then I have a pair of shoes that I have been wearing and loving. I got these in the spring and the name has worn off inside of them and it only has KDB on the bottom of it. But these I have been loving this spring for a great summer spring shoe. It's great with dresses, it's great with maxi skirts, it's great with jeans, it's great with linen pants. It's so great. And I saw this pair of shoes from Naturalizer. I've never personally owned a pair of shoes from them. Hawaii pointed toe sling back flat. And it just has that same type of material, but it's more of a sling back, but it's a pointed toe. And I thought that would be really nice for, and I can wear it now, for the summertime and in through the fall. It's got more of a pointed toe. So sometimes, as much as I love these with a pair of nice linen pants, I'd like to have a pointed toe to really elongate my foot and my leg. So I think I'm gonna check those out. And then I also saw, kind of similar to this because I've been loving this pair of Ted Baker London, and they are the saddle pointed toe sling back pump. I love everything about this except for, and I'd have to get it in to see if it really bothers me, this little pearl detail that's on the sling back. So I thought these are just stunning and they really caught my eye. Again, I'm gonna get them in and see. A key thing I wanna mention about this sale too is I feel like it used to fall, and I may be wrong, maybe I'm just making this up in my head, closer to the end of July, early August. Now, I'm a New England girl and we get cold faster than so many other places in the country, but I feel like July is way too early for this sale. August would be perfect. Just feels like it would be a better fit. Most of us, me in New England, I'm just now getting into my true summer clothes in July. And so I feel like the timing of this sale is also just off, and it kind of makes us feel like we need items for fall and winter. But what happens with this is we buy items that we think we're gonna wear in the winter or in the fall, and then they sit in our closet and we don't wear them, or when the season actually comes, it doesn't work for us, or that item comes back in sale on Nordstrom or on Nordstrom Rack in the fall and winter at an even cheaper price. So do not feel pressured to buy just because you see other people buying. So the next two items are something that I have been thinking about since last year, and it is more of a, not a leather bomber, but a more short or cropped kind of leather coat. And I want it in a more rich color, a chocolate brown, a burgundy, something like that. And I saw two that caught my eye, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on these two down below in the comments. One of them is a peplum, so it kind of flares out a tiny, tiny little bit at the waist. It's by a brand called Bagatelle. I could be butchering that name, who knows. It is a leather jacket in a chocolate brown, and it just looks very expensive. It has a beautiful gold zipper to it, but not a lot of other details, which makes it more timeless. And then there is also one from Reese. I love Reese as a brand. This one is called the Gracie leather jacket. It is more of a bomber style. It might be more of a chocolate look, but has beautiful gold button details going down it. It just looks very rich as well. So I think I will get both of them in so that I can decide in person which one I like better by when I actually feel it and try it on. I do have a item from Zella, and I'm hoping the quality is good. It is their Studio Luxe Active jacket, and I put it in my cart in kind of this, they call it red jelly, but it's kind of a mauve-y color. And I have a Lululemon kind of version of this. So I thought I would try the Zella one. I like it a lot at this time of year, just a super lightweight piece to put on. Now, this is in my cart, and this is interesting. I'd love to, again, hear your thoughts on this, because this brand, Treasure & Bond, I tend to have good luck with. But again, I find their quality during anniversary sale to be a little bit touch and go. And this is a flutter sleeve cotton sweater. But this sweater is this cream color with this beautiful blue kind of stitching to it. And I don't like the gray version, but the cream one, so it's actually considered ivory dove. It just looks like it could be a great piece, but I also wonder if it looks a little just, it doesn't, I try to keep that word elegant or classic in mind, and I'm not sure if this works with that. I have two different cardigans that are more of a cropped cardigan that have a very classic and elegant style to them in my cart, both from pricier brands. One is from Rails and one is from Veronica Beard. Both of these brands, I find their quality remains consistent during the sale, so that's why I'm considering these. And again, this will be a condition of when I get it in, I'll have to see which one fits my body best, which one, the material I like. The first one is the Bala cardigan, and it is kind of this really, it kind of gives me a little bit of a Chanel feel. It has these beautiful gold buttons, beautiful, I don't know if it's navy or black kind of like edging to it, but the actual sweater itself is a little bit kind of a woven knit. And so I'm excited to see that in person. And then Rails had one that really caught my eye, but the color could either go great for me or bad for me. And it is the Nora Contrast Detail Cotton Blend Cardigan. It is the oat and navy blanket stitch. It just has this kind of like nautical feel to the stitch of it, but the tan kind of color of the sweater can either go great with my skin tone or really bad. So that is one that I'll have to get in person to see. I also put in my cart the Spanx Booty Boost Active Skort. I love a skort. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I wear in the spring, summer months a skort 90% of my days. And this one was kind of this cool bluish gray color. It doesn't look like it has pockets though, and I use my pockets a lot in my skirts. So I don't know, when I get this in, I'll see what I think of it. But I love the Spanx Booty Boost line, so I'm gonna give it a try. I also have two Zella kind of their Breathe Active tanks. I like a more cropped muscle tank in through the spring and summer months. So a white one, because I'm always replacing my white ones. The white ones just get destroyed faster. And I liked the kind of rose color of this other one. Both great options. We'll see how the quality is when it comes in. So those are my 17 items that are on my wish list for the Nordstrom Anniversary Sale. I'd love to hear your thoughts on those. I was really hoping there was a Cinq de Sep blazer that I liked. I don't need any more Veronica Beard blazers, honestly, because the Quince ones are pretty much an exact dupe for them. But Veronica Beard is a line I always look at. Rails, as I mentioned, Reese is a good one. So these are the items that I will be getting in and trying on and kind of talking about the quality over on Like to Know It and Instagram within this week. So if you are interested in checking those out, make sure you follow along there. If you have an item that you think I'm missing out on, or I might have just missed during the preview, I'd love to hear about that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this if you are shopping the sale. If you're not, I don't feel like you're missing out on a whole lot this year.